Guys, welcome to the channel of love. Okay, I'm drawn to come on again to do another weekend energy reading. I'm not sure why, I'm not sure what's going on. I feel like I don't even remember yesterday's reading. I felt like yesterday was Saturday and today is Sunday, and it's most definitely not. So how am I going to do this? Because the energy feels a bit all over the place, so I want to bring some structure to it. Let's do a Celtic cross. And I've got out the Ladybird postcards, 100 classic covers to use as well. Let's do a Celtic cross and let's see what's going on. Okay. I haven't got my cards up the right way. Look, I'm kind of scared to look at any cards to be like influenced. Yes, they're up the right way. Let's have a look at the situation. We've got the Hermit. So someone is very deep within their thoughts at the moment. The masculine energy here. Okay, so why are we doing another reading? He's got his head down. So he's feeling ashamed. Okay. Let's have a look at his challenges. Oh, that's a nice way to put it. Let's have a look at his challenges. Might have a couple here. Speaking the truth and cutting out things that no longer serve him. Yeah, surrendering. Okay, this one wants to come as well. And he's burdened. Okay, so we have a masculine here in the Hermit mode. This is the situation. This is the topic of the day. Okay, so someone's really deep within and they're feeling quite ashamed, which can really be clarified with that. That's about being embarrassed of past behaviour, but needing to actually stop doing that. It's about change. Facing the light, lifting his head to face the light, the star. So this is kind of moving on. Being able to speak the truth. Okay, what do I want to say here? I want to say something about this, about when you're able to speak the truth. Okay, being able to speak about what this masculine's been through, his experience. So I believe this is surrendering now to, he's carrying a heavy weight. So I believe that he's been through quite challenging times. He's been through quite an experience. And it's only really when you're out of the experience you can then talk about it. You can't really talk about it when you're in the middle of it. Okay. So I feel here this masculine, I want to say divine masculine, well, it tends to be the only energies really we work with. So the divine masculine here is wanting to speak the truth, to surrender. He's feeling ashamed and embarrassed, but it's quite a burden on him. But let's have a look at what's kind of gone on in the past. I fanned them out quite. Have a look at this. I don't know. Making it look pretty. There's a different kind of cross there. A different kind of cross. So I feel as if he's crossed with himself because now he can see the truth. It's about something being prolonged. It's like when you uncover the truth and you see the truth of a situation, you understand the other side of it. You can kind of look back and see how you created your own mess. But it's too late to go back and change it. But there's this kind of being cross at himself regarding not seeing the truth. Okay, so we have the Hierophant, which is about traditions, belief systems, the way that we do things. We'll find out a bit more about this Hierophant because this could be the messages. That's what yesterday's reading was about. The Divine Masculine receiving the messages now loud and clear. Okay, let's have a look at the current energy. Wanting to apologise, offer love, compassion. So he's looking more stable here. The horse is kind of maybe holding his head down, but it looks like that knight is determined. He might be bringing roses. I don't know why I said that, but He's not sure whether to bring red or white roses. White roses are nice. They're not even roses, they're fish, but... oh. Purity. Okay, let's have a look at future energy. Because he's bringing in something and the roses come through. It's going to be fun to work with these front covers here in a moment. Future energy. Oh, was that all he was asking? I don't know what the Divine Masculine here is wanting to know, but he's... that just shouts out all the tools are in place. It's like he's ready. Let's have, it's going to be interesting to see where this magician's pointing to, because at the moment it's... if we have a look at the magician here, the wand, it's kind of up towards the knight here. But whereabouts is this going to go? Because we're coming on to how, let's say, the Divine Masculine is going to be viewing himself, how others are viewing the Divine Masculine. So, okay. And who's this guy here pointing to? Is he pointing up? Okay. It's fun playing with the cards and working this out. What's going on behind the scenes? Judgment. The call. That's over the feminine's energy here. I'm feeling here as if the Divine Masculine... okay, yesterday we picked up that he had some challenges maybe. 7 things that he was desiring to do or that were getting in the way or he wanted kind of clarifying. I said I felt like it wasn't necessarily the union, something else was going on. And I've just kind of answered someone's question regarding roses, what colour roses to bring. So these could be now what the Divine Masculine is contemplating. It's the surrender. How does he actually come forward to the Divine Feminine? What type of gifts does he bring to her? What is it that he knows that she's desiring, but he doesn't want to get it wrong? So I believe the Divine Masculine could be communicating with the Divine Feminine via telepathy to try and maybe ask her what her desires are, what she would be liking. So I would say to the Divine Feminines, if that comes through, allow it. Just answer any questions, because you're just sending it out for your true love anyway. We're not really focusing on a person. So these are things that, you know, masculines are going to want to know. So if you kind of answer your own questions that come to you and don't feel silly about that, because along the way you will be designing your own life. So what colour roses would you prefer to receive? What would you want the traditional red? For me, not really. So just knowing what you're wanting. But if these questions kind of come through, as in you might be receiving questions, where would you like to marry? Or you might find yourself looking at things that maybe you think, why am I looking at wedding dresses or wedding bands? So this is about like exploring your future, but in the spiritual realms. So, okay, well, I'm saying it for a reason. So, okay. How is the Divine Masculine viewing himself? Temperance. He's getting balanced, ready for reconciliation. He's wanting to get it right. He's wanting to, he's really wanting to be able to please the Divine Feminine here. He doesn't really want to get anything wrong, but I feel that this is what's been holding him back. The reading yesterday showed how grounded the Divine Masculine was, how ready, how much he's already done. And now we seem to have this, well, how do I come forth? It's like, how do I not make the same mistakes? Okay, so let's have a look. I want to see where this Magician's pointing to, because this is how this is affecting anyone within the Divine Masculine's environment, how they might be viewing him. And the Magician's pointing to that. The Knight of Cups. It's time now for your spiritual abundance. I don't think it even matters. This is for the Divine Masculine. I don't really feel that this is going to be affecting anyone within his environment. This is a deal between him and Divine. And he's getting ready for it. So he could be feeling very abundant. He may have come into some prosperity. Okay, hopes or fears. Well, how many have we got here? 3. Let's have a look. Taking that leap of faith. Nine of Cups. It's a single, independent energy here. That's somebody, a masculine's energy. This is the Divine Masculine's card where he is of his own. He's stable within love and his life. So the status is there, the single status. And then he's feeling defensive. So he's really not sure if it's time to kind of let his guard down. Let's look at the outcome. This card just really represents to me the Divine Feminine. You're not to know. So they're not to know. Okay, it will be a surprise. There's only so much they tell us. Okay, I don't want to be a party pooper. This has to come in as a surprise. The Divine Masculine's worked really hard for it. This is going to kind of be a, he's going to shock your socks off. Let's use these Ladybird on cover books. Let's have a look at this Hermit. Like I said, he's got his head down. He's thinking. He does want to get this right. So he's feeling, I picked up on feeling ashamed. He's deep in thought. So let's have a look at the Hermit. Your body. So he could be concerned regarding how fit he is. He could be actually worried about his own appearance, whether he's acceptable. Well, he's got to love himself first. And here, because we've got like the skeleton with obviously a human body, I feel, for one, I felt the transformation card, the death card. But it's just skin. What we're looking for here is like it's soul deep. It has nothing really to do with your exterior. But I believe that there's been a rebirth here. So either he has been toning up. That could come in. I did speak about the statue of David. I also found my photographs of the statue of David. It was quite funny. See how toned he is. So it could have been that the Divine Masculine has been working actually on his image and really getting fit and in shape. Or it could be concerns. But he's been working hard. Anyway, it feels like it's time to speak the truth. Cut out things that no longer serve. So if he hasn't been healthy, he's working on that now. Because there's just too many burdens that he's carrying. So there is a surrender card here. So he's needing to drop these burdens, cut out things that no longer serve, surrender and speak the truth. And I spoke about being able to speak about an experience kind of once you're out of it. Okay, we've got 2. Danger man. So someone's walking on a tightrope here. So I feel he's been speaking about health here. So things, he could have got quite down with all this burden and the weight here, and it could have affected his health to maybe quite a worrying point, which can give you a really big wake-up call. If you don't slow down, divine will whack an illness on you, or make you kind of slow down. They'll take you out of the picture. And I believe that this may have been regaining balance. Magnets, bulbs and batteries. I just feel here this is with all of the kind of health maybe issues. I feel it's getting himself moving again, healthy. That little one out there is definitely roaring. That's what I feel. I feel this is regaining health, about vitality. Let's have a look what the Hierophant's been up to, because this was mentioned yesterday about the divine getting messages through to the divine masculine in any way that they can. You can be looking at your traditions, the way that you do things. The party. Yeah, wedding. It feels like it's time now. It's the masculines are this side of the door, and I want to say this is kind of like in the 3D realm, and then past this gateway here is like the 4D tunnel, but the divine feminine's the other side, because she was very 5D and she's had to kind of come down the tunnel and ground herself here, so she's kind of in the 4D waiting for the masculines, and it's kind of together they will help people with the ascension through from the 3D to the 5D. But it's the masculines who kind of come in last, because you have to get grounded here. The feminines had to really heal the distorted divine feminine energy. So she was kind of cocooned, but the masculines have been accelerated, and then all of a sudden they're at the door, and it's like, okay, it's like time to meet the feminine on the other side, and together you will help others to ascend through the journey. Where that come from, but that's the party. It's like that was the whole purpose of it. And if you have a look, I have just said all of that, and as you can see, like they're helping them through it underneath the archway, so I find that quite funny. So the feminines on one side and the masculines are on another, and they're waiting now to kind of go through together, doing it together. That's quite sweet, isn't it? I quite like that, how I explain that. Anyway, let's look at this Knight of Cups. So this is the offer. I'm not sure if it's an apology, but it's definitely gifts. Knots. So tying the knot. This one is tying the knot. Marriage proposal. The story of cricket. Now there's a saying that I call her my posh friend. She said this to me. It's just not cricket. And I'm like, why are you saying that to me? I'd not heard that phrase. And she was shocked that I hadn't heard it, but I'd say she's more of the upper class. But I'd actually Googled it to find out what it means, and I know that I have it. Yeah, it's just not cricket. Having something that is unjust or just plain wrong done to someone or something. This comes from the game of cricket, which is regarded as a gentleman's game where fair play was paramount. So whatever's gone in the past, maybe the divine masculine wasn't being fair, but it looks like now, or he wasn't maybe treated fairly. I'm not sure. I'm not going to go too much into that saying because it's new to me, but that's what came out. It's about being fair now. Tying the knot. We spoke about flowers. I spoke about wedding dresses. So let's have a look, because the magician is pointing the masculine here down to the Ace of Pentacles, the abundance, the promise. again, there's that archway, but okay, let's have a look. Clowns. Oh, I felt the Divine was saying to the Divine Masculine, stop clowning around now. You know, leave the circus clowns. I can hear my daughter singing. Don't know if you can pick that up. I'll show you how this is. He's in knots, maybe, about tying the knot. Divine saying, stop clowning around, come in with the offer. Let me show you. You can see here. Leave the clowns and come to the prosperity. Very interesting reading. Excuse me. Let's have a look what's going on behind the scenes. Judgment. It's like it's time to call the Divine Feminine. It's time to face the Divine Feminine. In a hotel. Okay, yeah, in a public place. Maybe for dinner. Look, there's chefs here. Maybe to ask the Divine Feminine out for a meal. Maybe a stay in a hotel, depending on what your situation is. Or what you guys resonate with. But am I just giving ideas? That's what I feel. It's like, okay, I feel like the Divine Masculines really want the kind of nitty-gritty on romanticising a woman. Okay, Temperance. Finding their balance. They're new to this. It's like, aren't we all? I think it's one of those things that you just kind of, you feel your way through. Because it's a different type of love. So there is no kind of, you've just got to go with your heart. There is no way of doing it because this is a completely new way of experiencing love. So it's like everyone's inexperienced. You just have to be confident that you're accepted regardless. Okay, Temperance. It's a bit deep, this reading. Honeybee. The life of the honeybee. Yeah, a Divine Feminine wouldn't reject a masculine, divine or not, in a nasty, malicious way. And when this love feels like it's very genuine, a lot of work's been put into this, I feel like the Divine Feminine is just the queen bee. It's like the nectar of life, that blending. There is 2 bees there. The queen's the one who always survives, isn't she? Okay. And the others come to her. Then we have the Ace of Pentacles. So this is Divine saying, it's here. This doesn't really, this is all about it affecting the Divine Masculine. This is for him. And the Divine Feminine, but this reading really is kind of stating that things can't really go wrong. It's like abundant from now on. That rhymes. Nothing can really go on. It's abundant from now on. Okay. The 3 little pigs. So now it's really about a decision on how you're going to build your foundations. And I'm going to say that you'll be the 3rd pig. Okay, so the first piggy was the house of straw. And then it was sticks, I believe. And then it was bricks. So speaking about building these firm foundations, I don't think there's going to be any big bad wolves knocking on your door. And if they do, they're not going to be able to huff and puff. It looks like Divine's huffing and puffing this new adventure. Yeah, sometimes we get it wrong. But we learn. We learn from experience. Like, I feel like there's 3 stages here to this Divine Masculine's maybe experience, but it feels like it's finally here. The Fool, his freedom, with the 9 of Cups. He just needs to let down his guard. And, well, the Fool fell down. Take that leap of faith. Just don't be afraid of the big bad wolves. and fear that they're going to come knocking at your door, because you'll just manifest that. So, okay. Commercial vehicles. Feel here like it's time to move, maybe. Yeah, relocation. The fear of change may be here. But I always say if things get too bad, you just move on, don't you? You're never stuck anywhere. You can choose to keep yourself stuck, but you shouldn't fear any kind of a future friction. Okay. You just deal with things as they arise, don't you? That's what I was kind of saying about this new experience. There is no kind of rules. You just trust. You have faith in divine, and you just roll with it. Two of Swords. The divine feminine here. Maybe she's on that other side of the... that's what you're going to go into, is like this stillness, this serenity, a peaceful life. It's very calm now. I just feel that that's kind of where the divine feminine is. Just... she's protected. I felt here about cross your heart and hope to die. And that's about making a promise, isn't it? Cross your heart and hope to die, or stick a needle in my eye. Does that mean if you break a promise, then... because she's got a bandage over her eyes, so... this may be that the feminine's been through her own heartache and going back maybe on promises that she once had kind of set that no longer were valid. I don't know why I'm saying this. Cub Scouts. I feel this is just about learning lessons, about when we grow up. Where we just roam around in the wilderness, really, until we kind of learnt our lessons. So I feel there's no need to really stick any needles. What does this phrase mean? Let's have a look. I remember saying it as a child, but it's not really something I've said or had to say. Cross your heart and hope to die. What does it mean to cross your heart and hope to die? Cross my heart and hope to die. Attest to the truth of something. Solemnly assure someone that the truth has been spoken. For example, I did lock the door, cross my heart and hope to die. So that's to solemnly assure someone that the truth has been spoken. So I believe that all the divine feminines, okay, truths have been spoken. And that's what she solemnly swears to the divine masculine, I feel here, who is on catch-up. He's kind of learning to do the same. And you only gain by experience. You have to kind of earn your badges, don't you? Well, I used to earn badges in the brownies. I never went to the Girl Guides, but I loved being in the brownies. Cooking. I remember my cooking, my home badge, it was a broom. I used to love sewing them on, those little triangles. Okay. Anyway, Cub Scouts. Growing up here. But there's something about the divine feminine learning her lessons about, you know, honesty is the best policy. Nothing can really come back on you then. But it feels like the divine masculine is dealing with this lesson. Right, okay, let's have a look at the bottom of the decks. Yeah. It's time to move on. It's time to... he has the world in his hands. He has plans. This is partial success. Oh, I love how there's red roses here. Okay. Maybe he's discarded those and he's going for white now. I don't know. But he's looking more secure. If you have a look, his wand is secured down in his territory, and he has one to offer. A passionate wand here to offer, and the world. Comes in lovely. Fireworks. Oh my. Just reminds me in hotels. Every time I stay in a hotel, there's always a fire alarm. And it looks like he's a firefighter here, but he hasn't got his, like, trousers on. So, is he being caught short? No. The Adventures of Wonk. Fireworks here. So, okay, we're coming up to fireworks, bonfire night, fireworks night. Remember the 5th of November. Fireworks. Okay. Party. Hotel. No trousers on. The dog looks eager. Where's he pulling? He's like pulling, don't know, I just think the spark is ignited and it just goes off with a bang. Fireworks. Looks a bit cold outside to be walking around like that. Do you not think? I mean, why? Okay. Let's pull an Oracle of the Fairies. Let's see if they've shed some light on the situation. Does all feel, there's a little bit of sneakiness here because I kind of wanted to go like that behind the scenes. People at work in a hotel. Fireworks. He does look like a firefighter here. But I'm not sure where his trousers are. Stargazing. When you gaze at the stars, you give yourself fairy focus. Your intuition will flow more freely and reveal what you need to know about your situation. So we're to look to the stars for our answers. Cool, it'll be a bit fresh out there with no trousers on. The sky might be amazing, but it's going to get nippy. Stargazing. This card says the answer you seek is in the stars. This can literally mean looking up into the night sky and stargazing. Stargazing is like a form of divination. Allow your gaze to drift around the sky and see what flows into your mind. Fairies can be very active when the stars begin to appear and shine upon their surroundings. This also applies to you, except the stars are illuminating your current situation so that a solution can be more easily seen. Stargazers can bring about a deep sense of peace and can also help you to put things into perspective. Look how tiny the stars appear to be, yet this is only an illusion. Conversely, perhaps something in your life appears to be bigger than it is in reality. Do you have an interest in astronomy? If not, this card may be saying that it's time to explore this area. The insight you seek may also be found in astrology. This may be in a daily horoscope, or it could be the perfect time to have your birth chart created by a professional so you can see the energy currents at play in your life. This doesn't mean you have to change your life, but be aware of certain astrological patterns can be helpful as you move forward. Yeah. So this could be some research here. Okay, I want to talk about the astrology part because I was being drawn to, I've actually been speaking about it today because I've got a kind of few business ventures and I'm trying to deal with the admin and like being a secretary and my own receptionist, and so but there's a few things that I'm getting in order, and I am contemplating about doing a monthly star sign reading, but it won't be on this channel. I'm going to use, I believe, another channel that I have for that purpose. But it was just what was kind of going around in my mind, and I also am studying astrology. So it could just be another area just of expansion to just help understand the workings of it all. Okay, let's pull another one though. Look in a book. Okay. This is most definitely about us raising our own awareness. Okay, us doing our own studying. Finding out answers for ourselves, which is really what this is about. You've got the Cub Scouts, there you go. Working things out, okay. Achievements, problem solving. And then you have the Divine Feminine's energy here connecting. So it could be Divine Feminines, you're going to, you know, receive a lot of insight from connecting maybe with the stars and astrology and understanding maybe about the planets. And then you have the masculines here, and I'm wondering whether, you know, they might benefit from looking in a book. Seeing as it says look in a book, I think that we should be doing all of that. So if you're not a book person, become a book person. So look in a book. Whatever your question right now, you'll find the answers in a book. The words you find will bring the insight you seek. The fairies are saying that the guidance you seek is contained within a book. Look around right now and pick up the first book you see. Hold the book against your heart and say, "Fairies, turn the pages in this book for me and guide my fingers to the words I need to see." Now close your eyes and randomly flick through the book, allowing your finger to rest somewhere on a page. Read the words and see if they resonate with you. If your finger lands on a picture, try again until it lands on text. If the words immediately seem relevant, take them on board. If they don't, write them down and sit with them for a day or two. Be patient and their meaning will come to you. You can also ask for the meaning of the words to be revealed in your dreams. Before you go to sleep, write the words on a piece of paper and place it under your pillow, saying, "Fairies, these words I place beneath my head reveal the meaning while I lay in my bed." In the morning, write down any dreams you can remember. Then be patient as the wisdom from your words filters through into your waking reality. The card may also be a reminder that reading a book would be good for you right now. If there's one you've been meaning to read for years, now is the time to do it. The fairies may also be saying that a book could prove a valuable gift for someone else, as it may open their mind to other ways of being. Wow, I've just showed you the astrology book. Have I got to do this? I've got to hold the book against your heart. Okay, let's do this. Let's see what words want to come up for me. Let's hold it against my heart. And I've got to say, "Fairies, turn the pages in this book for me and guide my fingers to the words I need to see." Now close your eyes and randomly flick through the book, allowing your finger to come to rest somewhere on a page. Okay, let's do this then. So I just I just flick through. There we have it. I'm going to go there. The T-square or T-cross, formed from two planets in opposition with a third in square to both. The planet forming the squares is known as the apex or focal planet. Two planets in opposition with a third in square to both. Okay. I feel that this is two opposing energies with the yin yang coming together to create that third energy. Okay, it was like the triangle, that being grounded, like the divine masculine, divine feminine, both connecting with divine, which means that they allow this triangle to flow freely with the energy between all three energies. Okay, that's what I'm getting from that. So, look in a book. I gave some book recommendations yesterday. So, have you acted on that? I'm very much going back through my books I was kind of reading in 2011. I had that message to kind of take it back to the law of attraction, to what I was kind of focusing on when I first started learning the law of attraction. It was very business. It was not spiritual at all. But as I'm going back reading through the books, they are very spiritual. It's just, I suppose, how it's explained and when the right time. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And it's fascinating to keep rereading books because you just read it from a different kind of standpoint every time. You've grown. So that's what I'm personally doing, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it because we're back into goal setting and actually motivation. So I'll be sharing as I'm studying. Okay, let's just leave it there with stargazing and look in a book. So do that yourself with a book. Let's get a, I just want to use some different cards. Okay, we'll get angel prayers. I feel like this fireworks here, this masculine here is called out all times of day, night to assist people with their problems. It's like he's the emergency call out man, but really for people's problems. Okay. Synchronicity, and we've got the yin yang, which is what I was just speaking about. The blending, opposing forces, but when they kind of come together, they're going to slot with the yin yang. And we've got spirit animal. Synchronicity. And they are everywhere. Okay, so there is a reason for some of the experiences you've been going through recently. There are no coincidences in life. Everything is perfectly timed by God and the universe. So trust that your angels are sending you divine guidance through the information and people coming into your life at this time. There is positive guidance here for you. Trust the process and the path that is being shown to you, as it will take you forwards one step at a time until you're where you need to be. The angels of synchronicity are here to guide you and will remind you of their presence at the perfect time. The expanded meaning. There is no such thing as chance. All is guided. If you come across an opportunity that is perfectly timed for you, know that this is the work of the angels. There are no coincidences, only God incidences. God incidences. God and his angels send in signs and messages through people and situations that seem perfect for what's happening in your life now. If you've been waiting for the perfect time to begin or even end a project, know that there are synchronistic events occurring right now to show you the truth of the situation. Opportunities are opening up. Okay. And then we have spirit animal. Thank you, Animal Kingdom, for blessing my path with love. Animals are sending you love and blessings through the animals in your life. Sorry, angels are sending you love and blessings through the animals in your life. Whether you have a pet here on earth or a pet who has moved on to heaven, their loving blessings are surrounding you at this time. Take some time to connect with the animal kingdom and draw inspiration from it. The angels want you to know the animal kingdom holds messages of peace and harmony for you. Do anything you can to enjoy this. The expanded interpretation. Animal consciousness surrounds you at this time and passes messages to you from your guardian angels. If you felt inspired to help the animal kingdom in any way, perhaps by becoming vegetarian or adopting a pet, the angels are encouraging you to follow this guidance. You not only have a guardian angel, but also a spirit animal who is with you at this time. Say a prayer on this card, then close your eyes and ask the spirit animal to show itself to you. Trust the first feeling or vision you have of this animal and connect with them through your spiritual practice. I'm going to pull a card as well, so I'm not sure what comes to mind. Let's pull a spirit animal card. Don't want to come out. Seriously? Come out of hiding. I wonder what card's going to come out. Okay, let's have a look. I want to end on the Mother Mary card. Okay, let's give these a good shuffle if I can. The pig. Maintain self-worth and self-esteem. Okay. Archangels Mary, Gabriel and Ariel. The pig. About pigs. These wonderful healers come from the Pleiades with a mission to serve by raising the frequency of the land and all creatures. They carry the blue palladium. Is it the Pleiades? Palladium rose. That's interesting. Talking about roses, that's a nice rose. Blue rose. The black rose is nice, but there's only a certain area that they grow. I asked that actually as one. If you want to play with the universe, that's how I actually, you can ask for evidence, is you ask to be shown something that you're more than likely not going to be able to see. So you don't kind of say, show me a red car. If you ask for something that more than likely you're not going to see. So if you did see it, you know that it'll be a message. And when I started playing with this, I wanted to see a black rose. And I was like, I want to see a black rose. I wasn't sure how it would be delivered, whether it would be in a picture or whether someone had dyed a rose. I wasn't really, but I was like, okay, send me a black rose. And it was about a week later I saw on Facebook, it was just this post regarding where black roses grow. There's just this one particular place that black roses grow. And there's a blue one here. So it's just interesting. So let's start again. These wonderful healers come from the Pleiades with a mission to serve by raising the frequency of the land and all creatures. They carry the blue palladium rose, symbolising heart healing and love in their auras. While their sole mission is to keep the frequency of the land, people and animals around them high, pure and clear, their service mission is to eat unwanted food and vegetation. In earlier times, it was considered a privilege to share your home with this clean, evolved and clever animal. The healing angels of the Pleiades and many archangels are working with the pigs to uphold their sense of self-worth and self-esteem so that they can continue to serve at the highest possible level. So I spoke about this gateway here, and how the masculine's kind of in charge here with the 3D, and with the pig card, and it speaks about while their soul mission is to keep the frequency of the land, people and animals around them high, pure and clear, their service mission is to eat unwanted food and vegetation. Okay. So I feel that they bring order. I want to bang down a hammer and shout order. They bring order, and now it's like they're going to be stepping into their authority, their birthright. So let's have a look at the guidance. This card tells you it is a time to remember how special you are. Your soul had to be at least 7th dimensional to be allowed to incarnate on earth, and like most beings, when you step down into a body, much of your knowledge and wisdom was lost to you. Your guidance is to meditate for a few minutes each day on the gifts, talents and wisdom held in your soul. Then ask for them to be made available to you for your highest good. Okay. Oh, we've got more. Visualize the blue rose in your heart and let the healing from the Pleiades pour through you, raising the frequency of your surroundings and touching people with love. This will help you to maintain a sense of self-worth and your true value. You are reminded that many angels are surrounding you, and some of the magnificent archangels are working with you. Wow. Okay. Then I feel, let me just pull one archangel guidance, and we'll finish up with a Mother Mary. Healthy lifestyle. Okay, so eat a healthful diet, get adequate sleep and exercise regularly for optimal health. Okay, let's see what Archangel Raphael would like to say. This came up yesterday, but I chose not to read it, but we are today. You are co-creating your health by following your inner guidance about lifestyle habits. I give you inner nudges to improve the way you eat or to exercise or rest more often. My prodding isn't to nag you or rob you of pleasure. Rather, my urgings are in response to your prayers for higher energy levels, increased well-being, weight loss, and a happier mood. When you take excellent care of your body, your outlook and self-esteem naturally blossom. Working with Archangel Raphael. Raphael is heaven's physician, and he prescribes preventive and curative medicine in the form of divine intervention and guidance. In the former, he sweeps into the situation and surrounds it with his emerald green healing light and love, and the situation is instantly healed. But in the latter, which is actually more common, Raphael will give you intuition and hunches, showing how you can help with the healing. This really is about learning to look after yourself now. Okay. It's like you know what to do. The best thing to do for you is, and I want to say that's about tapping into that and trusting that. Patience. Your dreams are blooming more rapidly than you realise. Still, they need nurturing and patience. And I feel it's about self-worth. Could be to do with body health issues, just kind of getting back to it's like the health bars that you would kind of have on a computer game. I don't even know if they kind of, when you kind of lose lives and just regaining your health. It takes time for a seedling to push through the ground and mature into a flower-bearing plant. Yet each moment of the plant's life cycle can bring joy to those who notice its beauty. In the same way, enjoy the process of realising your dreams. Slow down and feel gratitude as each step brings your manifestation into tangible form. Notice the lessons and love that spring from every moment that you engage in acting upon your dreams. So working with Archangel Raphael, it's Jophiel. Jophiel helps us experience more grace and peace in our lives through slowing down and noticing the beauty that already surrounds us. She asks us to savour and enjoy each moment rather than hinging our happiness on some future goals. Call upon Jophiel anytime you feel rushed, stressed or unhappy. She'll increase your awareness and appreciation of life's everyday miracles. Slow down. Allow everything just be. It's learning to be. Okay. It's like you can go back and use previous knowledge and use it in a different way. So you can go and tap back into that. And so I want to say it's like nothing was really pointless or worthwhile. It all had meaning. I believe you're going to be tapping into that now and then using it for your advantage. Okay, let's end on a Mother Mary card. Okay. Let's get this done. This additional weekend energy reading. Rather bizarre. Okay. I thought I might be doing the working week early, but it was like, I feel like it's a weekend energy reading. So, okay. It's Saturday, 6 minutes past 3 in the afternoon. Let's see what the Mother Mary would like to say. Our Lady of Radiant Grace. 33. Is that Christ consciousness number? Okay. The descent of my grace changes everything. Your body, your mind and your soul are brought to life in new ways, and freedom opens up to you. Can you release your familiarity with and attachment to old ways of being? Can you release your expectation of enslavement and control? You are my child, and when you place your trust in me, I allow no one to harm you, no thing to confine your spirit. You are free to live wildly and expansively. There shall be no prison for your soul, beloved of mine. Your soul shall be in love with the earth and fly free. That's what I felt. There's nothing here. It really is the messages to the Divine Masculine. Stop clowning around. There is nothing. There's no big bad wolf that's going to come knocking at your door. You are free. So like an animal that has been wounded, we must learn to release aggression and distrust in order to know love and tenderness. We too must learn how to trust again and again. The nature of modern society is that it tries to kill the soul and break the spirit. We are pushed and prodded into fitting into stereotypes, humbled into believing we are not enough just as we are, and manipulated into believing we must buy our way into status in order to have worth. The body is humiliated by comparisons and judgments, and the spirit is divided by beliefs that if you cannot see or touch it physically, then it isn't real. You aren't in the real world if you believe in spiritual matters, and you are delusional and naive if you aim to live from love rather than scarcity, power games and fear. This is part of the test of being human. We are born to rise above these humiliations and disparagements to become stronger than them, wiser than them. In doing so, we help liberate others as well, showing the way, a more authentic and healing way to live. We were born not to fear our bodies and deny our spirits, but to love the earth and fly with the wings of the Holy Mother's grace. This is coming in because I wasn't quite sure why I was rambling on about this doorway, but it's most definitely about showing others the way. So even with powerful and marvellous wings upon our back and the perfect current in the air through which to soar into freedom and exhilaration, if we do not trust enough to leap, all that comes to nothing. All that comes to nothing. To live into our divine destiny, which is so much nobler, more compassionate, kind, emotionally rich, creative and rebellious with modern culture, would have us believe we need to trust. We need to trust that we are enough and that we are worthy of receiving. This is not some misplaced sense of entitlement or belief that the world owes us, or that the suffering of others only matters, if at all, when we have all our own needs met. The spiritual grace of the Holy Mother does not revolve around immature tantrums or thwarted egos. The ability to receive what this oracle speaks of requires the genuine, heart-centered realization that the divine lives and breathes as us and wants to come into full expression through all that we are, unique talents and quirky visions included. For this trust to manifest, and for us to be freed from self-imposed prisons that would lock us into fearful doubt and confusion, we need the radiant grace of Our Lady. That Lady Grace is sunlight, cutting through cloud and illuminating the earth in golden light. That grace is the joyful gasp that erupts from your lips when you witness a spontaneous, beautiful moment in the natural world. That is the grace that lifts us. We see that the door on the cage we once believed ourselves to be locked within is actually not locked at all. That grace is the Shapaz, or the Chapaz. I don't know how you pronounce that. Shapaz, let's call it Shapaz. We need to kick the door open and dare to step outside. It is the Divine Mother standing on the other side of the unlocked cage door that we have just kicked open, beckoning us to join her. So that's, I've obviously been, I want to know how you say this word. Chappelle. Chappelle. It's a chappelle. It's like, wow. Batman Robin style. I think it's a chappelle. That grace is the chappelle we need to kick the door open and dare to step outside. It is the Divine Mother standing on the other side of the unlocked cage door that we have just kicked open, beckoning us to join her. Like I spoke about the Divine Feminine coming down like the tunnel to meet the Divine Masculine. She's on the other side. I said where it was kind of like calm, and I kind of piled cards on top of her, waiting there on the other side. Okay. If the Divine Mother, it is the Divine Mother standing on the other side of the unlocked cage door that we have just kicked open, beckoning us to join her. She stands there in a lush field of wild flowers, hair blowing in the wind, calling to us. She says, "Come here, beloved of mine, step into this wild world with me. We have so much to share together and with the rest of the world. Let's go rattle some cages. Freedom awaits all of my children." Oh, that's beautiful. I was feeling here with the Divine Feminine being on the other side, but okay, I could probably say that a lot better. So the Divine Mother is the other side of the door, beckoning us to join her. She stands there in a lush field of wild flowers, hair blowing in the wind, calling to us. She says, "Come here, beloved of mine, step into this wild world with me. We can have We have so much to share together and with the rest of the world. Let's go rattle some cages. Freedom awaits all of my children. So this oracle comes to you at a time when, whether you are conscious of it or not, a greater spiritual embodiment is upon you. This will take great courage to accept. You will not necessarily feel in control or understand some of the changes in relationships and life circumstances that happen as a result of this greater divine presence manifesting within your being. These changes are manifesting through the Mother's grace to allow for you to be free. It's like I want to be silenced. I'm losing my voice. Okay. It's like I'm drinking my own cup with my water. It's 15:15. That's the devil energy. Okay, let's clear this. Nothing can really get in the way. It can try. But, okay. This oracle comes to you at a time when, whether you are conscious of it or not, a greater spiritual embodiment is upon you. This will take great courage to accept. You will not necessarily feel in control or understand some of the changes in relationships and life circumstances that have happened as a result of this greater divine presence manifesting within your being. These changes are manifesting through the Mother's grace to allow for you to be free. Remember that freedom does not mean being alone. Freedom comes with a sense of living your destiny without obstruction. That will include having deep and connected relationships that feed and nourish the soul. Allow the Mother to flow into your heart and be with you as you trust in what is unfolding now through her radiant grace. Wow. Okay, you got this. Where are you? There you are. Interesting reading. Roy Orbison. Anything you want, you got it. Baby. Everything is possible if you've got enough nerve. Yep, it sure is. Okay. You just got to be brave enough to go after it. Whatever you are, be a good one. Let's get one more. Everyone needs helps. Can't get these words out. Everyone needs help sometimes. All right, we're going to get another. Adventure is waiting for you as Lily appears. An adventure is waiting for you. Okay. Right, guys. Have yourself a fantastic weekend and I will catch up with you soon. Take care. Much love. Bye for now.